Good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. Today is our first ever Disney Spotlight. If you can guess where we are, you can look here. We are in the happiest place on earth, and we're gonna go inside there to go on one of my favorite rides.
Ask her where we are.
Where are we?
Disneyland!
We're gonna go on one of my favorite rides of all time. I do say that a lot, so we'll see. It's a freezing day today. It's cold. We're all extra bundled up, and this ride is perfect if you're trying to get warm. Any guesses on which ride we're going on? So come with me, follow us. We're gonna take a path to this ride, and we're gonna show you a spotlight of it. Come on. On our way inside Disneyland, we are going through the right-hand side of the tunnel. There are two entrances. We go through whichever one is easier. And we're on our way, but before we can get anything going, we of course had to stop and take a potty break. Alright, so now back on our path to our ride. We are going to go through Main Street. Off to the right you see Daisy. This is where a lot of the main characters are at during the day to take photo ops. By the looks of the crowd around us walking, it was a very busy day today. My wife is behind me filming, and we are making our way through this sea of people. It's a fun challenge sometimes. As you'll notice with my wife filming, it's a little bit difficult to get around with a stroller and a mobility scooter that my wife is on. Some people think we don't exist. They just walk right in front of us. But we get by, and sometimes the camera makes people steer the other way. So, see, as you can see, it's a challenge. Sometimes we get separated, but then we always make it back together. So we've made our way through the roundabout, and now we're going through one of the most magical scenes in Disneyland, which is the castle. If you look up in the castle, you'll see some decorations on it. That's for the 100 years of Disney. It's all decked out, looking pretty. This is a great photo spot. As you enter through the castle, you are into Fantasyland, which is where our ride and our spotlight for today is going to take place. Peter Pan is off there to the right, and the beautiful carousel right in the middle of Fantasyland. Make our way through more people, and where did we end up? We ended up at Toad Hall, the home of J. Thaddeus Toad at Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Fun fact about this ride is it is a stacked ride. So over here you see Mr. Toad, over here is Alice right behind it, and right in the middle there is where they kind of come together, and Toad is underneath the Alice ride. Pretty cool. If you came to the park with a stroller or a mobility scooter, this is an amazing place to park it, right in front of Storybook Land, Boats, and Monstro the Whale. It's a quick walk over to Toad's ride right after you park, and we are on our way to Mr. Toad's queue. Just a normal day at Disneyland. Oh, there's Mary Poppins. Hello, Mary. There's a shot of the line and the beautiful Toad Hall. Some people have asked why Mr. Toad's ride is in the park. It doesn't seem to connect, but it is actually based off of a 1949 Disney film, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, which is loosely based on the book A Wind in the Willows, which I never knew. Here is a great photo spot for the kids or for anybody who enjoys taking photos in one of these beautiful motor cars, which Toad becomes so obsessed with in the movie. Each motor car is named after one of the main characters in the movie, and Winnie's a little bit upset because she didn't get to take the picture first, and that's how we make it all better. Thank you, Big Brother. He moves over, she gets her photo spot now, and the world is all good. Fun thing about this ride is the kids get to be the drivers. We'll show you that coming up. Here is the entrance to Toad Hall with J. Thaddeus Toad right up at the top, and his famous mark there right on top of the building. As we make our way inside the queue for Mr. Toad, we always like to give a little hello, maybe feed a little treat, not really, to Mr. Toad's statue there. We love saying hello to him. Fun fact about the movie, Mr. Toad becomes obsessed with motor cars, and that's why he takes it on such a wild adventure. He becomes so obsessed he's never been in a car, and this is one of his first drives, and that's why you're going all over and moving in all types of directions. This ride has no height requirement, so even the tiniest of babies can go on this ride, or even our oldest friends, so that makes it enjoyable for the whole family. Smaller guests are going to enter first, so they are going to be the driver of this ride. And there is a fun map on the wall that kind of gives you a clue as to all the different scenes that you're going to see as you make your way through this really fun ride. Like I said at the beginning, this was a freezing day, so this is a great ride to get warm, because although it's short, there's a scene at the end that really warms you up. But believe it or not, today it was not working. Let's hop in for a wild ride.
Bienvenido a Dog Park. Para su secundaria, por favor permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo.
Thank you.
Que se disfrute del paseo.
There's Molly, one of the main characters from the movie. A cool feature you'll notice as you ride through this is almost all of it is on what they call two-dimensional flats that fold back as you go through the ride. A lot of the Disney rides now are 3D, and this ride prides itself in being primarily two-dimensional flats, which give it that classic vibe, but of course it's been modernized over the years to give it a really nice touch.
Hurry, turn!
Right as you pass this guy, who was the bad guy in the movie, you see the horse. He's a fountain. That's actually Mr. Toad's best friend, Cyril, in the movie, who was his mode of transportation all the way until he became obsessed with the motor cars. Toad gets in a little bit of trouble because of his wild driving. He gets sentenced to jail, but Toad, of course, quickly breaks out. You do get hit by a train, which always excited me as a kid, and you end up dying. And there's that place, the warmest place in the park.
Is it warm? It doesn't feel that warm today.
And that concludes your ride on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. As you exit the queue, you are back into Fantasyland across from the carousel. Okay, so if you're just finished the Toad ride and you're in Fantasyland and you're in this area and you're looking for some good food, there's the Red Rose Tavern, which is right across the way. We could go around a little shorter way, but we're gonna go this way because there are some performers over here that we want to see. So we'll go by and I'm gonna use my app to do mobile ordering and order some food that we like.
So you order it ahead of time on the app, which I'm not very good at, but Kyle is. And then it's when you get to the restaurant, you say, I'm here to pick it up. And it tells you your food is ready, and you go in and get it.
And you pick a time. Usually it's, depending on how crowded it is, it's usually pretty close to when you want to eat.
So let's see.
Let's see. So you go, it usually shows you the things that are closest to you. Red Rose Tavern is really close. 3 o'clock to 3:30, it's 2:44. It's pretty good. So we're gonna click on it. Our entire family's plant-based, so we look for this little leaf logo, which means it's made without meat, dairy, honey, eggs, and all of that. So you click it, and then we like this cauliflower sandwich here, the Enchanted Cauliflower Sandwich. So we click it, And oh, you get
Let's share it.
okay, let's share it. And you get tater tots with it. And it's as simple as that. Does anybody else want tater tots? Beautiful. All right, so our daughter has to go potty as usual. So we're gonna show you the closest restroom in this Fantasyland Mr. Toad area as well. Let's go get that taken care of. The closest restroom to this area is actually right next to where we just ordered food. So we're gonna make our way through the crowd, go past the singers here, the performers, and make our way to the restroom so that our kids can take care of business. And if you're wondering, yes, I did feel cool following the performers. I felt like I was one of them, so that's why I continued walking in their path. So we make our way over to Red Rose Tavern. Pretty easy to typically find a table. And like I promised, we went to the restroom, used the facilities, and then made our way back to the Red Rose Tavern to pick up our order. The Red Rose Tavern is styled after Beauty and the Beast, so you get a nice ambiance of Beauty and the Beast music. And as you walk in, if you placed mobile order, you get to skip all of these lovely people here, walk right on by and go up to the window and pick up your food. It's a beautiful view on the inside. You get to say hello. It'll tell you what window you're at, so you look for that window, take in the views of course, and walk up. Tell them your order number, and voila, you have your food. All right, my cauliflower sandwich.
There's a lot of turmeric used,
yeah.
That's why it's all yellow.
Look at that bread. As I'm chewing my delicious food here, I forgot to mention that this ride was originally opened when Disneyland opened back in 1955. It of course has been remodeled and touched up many times, but many of the original pieces in the ride continue to stay there and work well today.
He grabs none.
But it's so delicious, and it's nice and warm. It's nice and warm on the cold day, and I love the flavor and the sauce. It has like a Thousand Island sauce on it. I don't remember that last time, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good. And then we always bring our own snacks too. So if you're not interested in paying for food, or you just want something quick and easy, we are a fan of bringing our own snacks. So that's always an option.
Times have changed. When we were kids, you weren't allowed to, right?
Yeah, now you can bring anything you need to in the park because
I saw a family with an ice chest in their stroller.
Yep. Dietary restrictions, and it's just
Affordable,
It's affordable.
easier, yeah, just grab it while you're walking.
Yeah. So if you don't feel like paying for the food, we understand.
Or
that not
stopping for
everybody
the
can.
food.
Yeah, if you just want to focus on rides or whatever,
Bring your own.
bring your own snacks. It's good. What do you think of it? I didn't know it had Thousand Island last time.
I love the flavor. It has a pickled flavor.
Mmm.
It has a Thousand Island flavor.
Mommy said it has a pickle.
The bread is really good. Yeah, it's like a pickle flavor.
It's really good.
Very pickled.
Very pickled, which
Very
Daddy
good.
loves. As promised, we wanted to show you the ride that is stacked with Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. This is the entrance to Alice in Wonderland. It's a quick walk right behind Mr. Toad. You go past one of our favorite hat shops, and you end up at the front of Alice in Wonderland. We're not going to show you the whole ride experience today, but we just wanted to show you that one scene we talked about where you can actually feel the heat from the Mr. Toad ride rising up into a section inside of Alice in Wonderland. So if you're on Alice's ride and you get to the part where there's the Queen of Hearts and all of her soldiers, really try to focus and see if you can feel any heat or warmth. It is specifically going to be right when you see the screaming queen coming up here in just a second. That's when they say you can feel the most heat. Like we said, we went on a day when the heat wasn't really working in Mr. Toad's ride, so we didn't really feel it, but this is the area. This lovely view gives you an idea of how high you've actually climbed while you were inside of Alice's ride. You don't really realize it while you're inside of the dark ride, but then when you come out to see everybody, you are up on a whole nother level. Here's another shot of our kids just being cute. There is yet another ode to the Mr. Toad ride. If you go on Storybook Land Canal Boats ride and you make your way through, oh hi Mr. Duck, and you make your way through Monstro the Whale, you will exit into all the different scenes from different Disney movies in this miniature form. It's a really cute ride for the kids. And you get to see Toad Hall in miniature form.
Coming up on our left, we have the Little Mole's house, and we also have Toad Hall. And if we're wondering why Mr. Toad's not home, it's because he's on a wild ride. Up ahead, we have the...
And to make this day perfect, my beautiful wife found a Mr. Toad pin, which will make any Toad lover happy. As you exit the park, don't forget to say goodbye to Mr. Toad on the poster through the tunnel on the way out. Alright guys, that concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed our first ever Disney Spotlight. We are getting out of here at not such a late time tonight. Kids are still awake and Jenny's over here. But that'll conclude our spotlight. If there's any ride that you would like us to spotlight, let me know in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, bye guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any fun facts or comments about this video or about the ride, please leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, and thank you for coming along with us today for our first ever Disney Spotlight.